Welcome back everyone, it's me Flourish BG, and today we have a very special video. We're doing a 3v3 game. That's right, a 3v3 game. Who plays 3v3 game? 3v3 on this fucking Vainglory. Like, holy fuck, I'm actually excited. Now, I've been trying Samuel on Community Edition, and let me tell you, Samuel is fucking trash. Samuel is so fucking bad, like for real. Like, this guy needs a buff. This guy is so build dependent that I will not recommend playing him on Community Edition at all. Now, I've been trying builds, I've been trying to do something different, and I'll be honest with you, like, Samuel, I will say Samuel is a lot like Magnus when it comes to damage output. They kind of have like the same damage output, like they can do like a moderate amount of damage, but if they hit or if they miss, they lose a lot of damage. They're kind of similar. No, but the thing about Magnus is that Magnus and how his abilities work makes him extremely powerful, especially his perk, and how his perk grants him stuns and shit like that. It's just insane. So Magnus overall is such a better hero, and Magnus is not that build dependent. Yes, he has a build that you can build that is the same as Samuel. If you don't know this build, it's Spellfire, Clockwork, Frostburn, and then you get a Broken Myth. This is the build that you get with Samuel and Magnus, and it's the most efficient build. But Magnus can be more like, he can go for a Shatter Glass and still do extremely good. He can do a lot of damage. Now, in my opinion, I don't think Samuel gets the benefit to like be rewarded for building something different. I mean, it's like really fucking insane how Samuel is not like good enough on Community Edition. Like, Samuel can be really good, he can be really annoying if he gets the, like, you know, the build, the one I told you. But still, I don't think it's enough damage, especially when you have to constantly be hitting all your shots to keep up the good damage. If you want enemies to be away from you, you need to hit all your targets. Unlike Magnus, that Magnus can just hit the tank and then hit the tank with his A when he's marked, and then everyone is gonna take damage, and everyone is gonna like move around him and shit like that. Samuel is more of a, well, both heroes are very technical, but I will say Samuel requires to be a more aggressive hero. And when it comes to like playing against tanks, like, people can tank your shit very easily. Well, Magnus is more like fucking, you get rewarded for hitting anything. It's insane. I still think that Samuel needs a buff. I will not buff anything that comes to with his abilities. I would probably buff his perk. Probably like do more damage, or just I don't know. I don't know how would I buff him. I don't know. I would probably like make it more frequent, like his talent, so he actually can keep up the damage when he's not empowering his A with his B. Because it's insane. It's insane because if you don't have your B, Samuel is like extremely weak. He either has no fucking range at all, or, yeah, that's my problem. He has no range. When he's not empowered with his B, he has no range. But most of the times you're gonna try to like poke someone, and then it's not gonna be enough. While the other mages are like have a lot of range. So in my opinion, I think the best way to buff Samuel is just like, you know, when Samuel is like walking through his B, he can get him. He has like extra range. I will add that extra range passively, like without the B. That'll be amazing. That will help him a lot when it comes to like poking enemies from afar when he doesn't have his B. So that way builds will be more diverse, because without his B, he's kind of whack, and the only way to keep up with the enemies is to build a Clockwork. So let's say you want to build something more aggressive, something to do more damage. Well, you have a lot of damage, but if you don't have your B, then you're fucking useless. So yeah, that's my whole thing about Samuel. That's my problem with Samuel. He's just not good enough. He's alright, he can be alright in certain comps, but it would be so much better if he had that extra range, so he could be able to keep up with other mages. So right now I'm going for something different. I want to get a really bursty build. I've been testing Samuel with, you know, the Spellfire is almost half, and then a Dragon's Eye. I think the Dragon's Eye is a spectacular item in Samuel. He can poke, he can poke, he can poke, and then when you use your ultimate, he can burst. So if someone gets close to you, you can just throw that shit where you are, someone jumps on you, and then do a massive burst of damage. It's insane. It's really useful. But still, Samuel has to be on a very close range to do decent damage, and I don't like that. I usually find myself like getting too close to enemies to be able to use my perk. That's very annoying. Maybe they increase the range of that thing, make it more frequent and less effective when it comes to damage and the healing and the energy, and that would probably make it a little better to play Samuel. Because something that I really like to do with Samuel is like use my perk while I'm using my A. It's kind of fun doing that. It's one of the things I used to do. There was like this thing that you were able to do with Samuel when you were able to use your perk between your A's, and they removed that shit. I don't know why they did it. It was a really cool thing to do with Samuel. It looked flashy, in my opinion. Apparently it was a glitch. So yeah, you can only use your A after you've done your A's. I think it would perfect if you were still able to do it between your A's, so you can like heal a little bit while you're still aiming. And then there's this bitch right here. Like, holy shit, like I have to be so close to her to keep up with some good DPS. Something that I really like about Samuel is that he's a hero that his DPS also comes from his basic attacks, like other mages that are just more of like optional. I mean, Scarf, yeah, Scarf can benefit himself with basic attacking enemies. Celeste too, but Celeste too is more like, most of her DPS comes from her stars, and Magnus is just poke. If you just need to burst someone, you use your basic attack. But Samuel, I like Samuel because he's like a mage and a laner at the same time. You need to be constantly basic attacking frequently a lot, and then you hitting people with your A. So yeah, I would prefer if this guy needs a buff. I will definitely buff Samuel, in my opinion. So nothing about this match, nothing interesting is going on, rather than I'm just winning with Samuel. No, the reason why I decided to go really bursty is just for the alpha. Because you know alpha can be like really good on 3v3. I use my slip, it works on Black Feather. When we kill the Black Feather, they don't have a roam, still they have a Black Feather, and Black Feather and Alpha are really annoying. So here's this bitch again. I'm doing everything I have, I'm like using all my abilities, and still she doesn't die, and still I'm almost close to fucking dying. It's insane. It's insane. And I have to keep a close distance because if I don't have my B, I cannot fucking poke her. No. Something very important to know is that 3v3 is not like in the best position, to be honest. Yeah, I will, if you're trying to play Community Edition, yes, I would recommend to play 3v3 more than 5v5 because 5v5 is also a fucking meme and people like to fucking dodge it a lot. You're more likely to win on a 3v3 game. 3v3 is kind of like, it's so unbalanced in my opinion. People are not very creative too. Like, when was the last time you see a glaive on 3v3? Almost fucking never. The only heroes you see in 3v3 are heroes like Sky, Alpha all the time. Idris is a good pick if you know what you're doing. If you know how to build him. Black Feather is always good because Black Feather is Black Feather and he's kind of busted. Gwen is a really safe pick. Sky is annoying. Petal is overpowered. You always see the same heroes here. So you can see I'm like losing a lot of DPS, and then I let my teammate die. But still we got the kills. It's kind of like, it's kind of weird how Samuel works. Samuel is like a very aggressive hero. You have to be aggressive to keep up your DPS. Comparing him to other mages can be like very passive. They're like Scarf, you can just use your A and then keep your distance, and you still will do good DPS. With Magnus, you have to wait a poke and then mark everyone with your mark and then be annoying. Celeste can be fucking annoying, and she doesn't even have to get close to you. But Samuel is a hero that has to be on like a mid range. So that's why I think Samuel needs buff. Compared to other mages, he lacks a lot. But who knows when Super Evil Megacorp is gonna do anything. I mean, we're still playing on a fucking version of the game that doesn't even allow you to fucking play with skins and talents. When basically the whole thing about this community edition is to let people do what they want while they work on Catalyst Black. And if they're not willing to like fix that shit anytime soon, it's kind of sad. They really are neglecting Vainglory. Where I respect the fact that they at least let us play. So it seems that the enemy cannot do anything. And I got a Eve. And Eve is like, it's kind of like a meme item, to be honest. No one gets an Eve ever. I mean, Box gets Eve. Ishtar gets an Eve. But like a mages don't get Eve anymore. I just got an Eve for the alpha, but I mean, I'm doing so much damage and my team is kind of helping. So by the time I got the Eve, it was like fucking useless. So we just won. It took 12 minutes. They immediately surrendered, and I don't know why the alpha got like a fucking Stormcrown. So yeah, fucking hell. I wish 3v3 was a little bit more fun, but it's kind of predictable, so that's why I don't play it that much. Let me know, maybe you like 3v3 more than 5v5. Maybe you want to see me like exploring 3v3x fucking heroes and shit like that. Who knows? Those are the builds. That was the build I was using. I didn't die a single time because, I mean, they have no roam, and I was playing very aggressive. So yeah. That's everything I have to say. They need to buff Samuel. They need to fix the game. They need to update this shit again. Come on, Sank. Do something, please. We love this game. Thank you.